So good day, everybody, and welcome to the second session of the Empire of DONDOR. We are going to survive a bit, I hope, and let's see how this will all play out. In the first session, we have set up this nice little city in the at the mountainside. Maybe we should call it a little village, maybe a town, but surely not a city yet. So we're going to see. The first things that I want to get done here are, of course, carving my way into the mountains. Because, you know, mountains are very important for us. And the next thing that I want to do is get up some service down here so our mining people don't end up with a lack of service. And the third thing that I want to do is make sure that we're not starving. The fourth thing is more science. So this is also me for I don't know, trying to find out how this new version is working on out there. So a lot of new things happening here, and really happy that this all came together. Hi there, Zazit, and what can I say except for thank you. So kind of you to say that. Just doing my job is all I can say for real there. But I'm glad you like it. So we are going to wait here. As much as I hate to say it, I'm really just going to wait now a bit. Because there's literally nothing I can do here. Except for waiting until these rooms get done. We're going to check on out our service structure after that. And I'm also going to have a keen eye on my food production there. Because as you see here, the last cycle we had more out than in. And that's something I'm monitoring with quite some, with a worrisome eye. Alright. Usually, we could just easily acquire a lot of food by buying or by creating ourselves bread. But in this scenario, it ain't that easily achievable because we don't have access to coal yet. The only coal deposit here is this really crappy one that's easily available for us. And the real good one, or real good one, but it has at least an acceptable density here, comes on back there, and it's really, really far away. Usually, well, the charcoaler would be what I'd be running here, but we are not at our usual space. This place has almost no trees. So here's a really huge area for coal. We could also draw streets back there, but after all, since this is also pretty far away from the city core, we might as well just stick to that thing here, you know. This will only make the way feel that bad once. Okay, we have a big stone deposit there, but okay. So let's see. Probably should set up more fishermen. Yeah, let's do that. I have 33 free workers available, and I feel like I really want to utilize as much as possible from this lake here, you know? Let's see. There we go. That's another workspace for 8 more fishers. And I think we're just going to continue with that. Why not? Let's just slap down more of that here. Clay? Well, I cannot tell, but it looks like it's clay, so we're Going to end that fisher's place here. Okay. And let's put up the road there. It's going to be a pretty narrow road, but yeah, there's a big clay deposit there. Or, well, big. Just want to make sure that we can access it at least partially. I'm not sure if I really want to do that because the density of that deposit is horrible, frankly said. But, well... It might be still better than having no clay at all, but maybe we're just going to import it. This way, at least, I'll leave open the options for that. So, Mr. Janitor, is this still in your range? Oh, so slightly, but yes, it is. Great. Alright, the rooms down here are finally getting finished. So... Still very, very careful with the food situation there. Okay, now then, let's see. Lavatory. So when we go over to the heat map here, lavatory space is much needed there, so let's put up one there. Definitely should consider bringing up a well there too. So... heavy-duty place here. Okay, nice. And we're going to work this with stone, of course. So we have the necessary furniture for that. Awesome. What could I wish for more? Okay. The big tunnels still getting carved out there. Okay, and we have a lot of extra fishers now. I mean, we are still not producing enough fish to gain a stockpile of any sort. So, that already says a lot. I have 2 pastures running. And there's a lot of wild growing stuff here on that meadow. Oh, I have my first deranged person. My first mad Dondorian. Oh, love it. Okay. Can be cured in an asylum, so we'll have to put up an asylum at some point. That's something new as well. Alright, lavatory has been finished, and yeah, a well and a hearth. The basics should be provided here too. There's people living here in apartments after all, so they're going to need these things as well. Always keep overlooking the hearth because it's just not under any separate category. Always gets me. And the other thing I wanted to establish here was an eatery, unless it's not necessary. Let's check out the heat map, but yeah. So the first subjects down here are not getting the service they need. Just like I thought. But the same thing is starting to happen over here as well, so... the further the distance gets, the heavier the impact of that. Sure, okay. Well, and then let's put up eatery number 2 here. I'm pretty sure that we're going to need the entirety of all that, what we're setting on up here. Then one more time down at the mining area. Pretty much expect that already. Because it's A, pretty damn far away, and B, it's so many people that are going to work in that mine at the end of the day. So I really have a hard time believing that we're going to get along with that. But that's something I really love about this game, the whole establishing of services for the citizens feels very, very realistic, you know? Those are the jobs that somebody has to do that who's in charge of an entire city-state. You know? Those are very realistic tasks. I like that. Okay. Still not sure how this entire food situation will go. I mean, technically, we should have an ever-increasing income of food now, because the pastures that I'm running here, they get, they gain more and more animals, so they are producing more and more stuff. Shouldn't be an issue. Speaking about issues, we are stockpiling clothing like crazy. Alexandra, first time seeing this game. Well, if you like city builders, it's a tragedy that I haven't seen it yet. Nah, jokes aside, it's a very, very good early access game. It's probably one of my favorite early access city builders that I'm playing these days. And I can wholeheartedly recommend it. One of the best things that I picked up in the past, and it's getting better and better with every update. Very deep, very complex. Not giving you any an easy time early on, but once you get used to it, it's a really great experience. Okay, so I'm slowly gaining more technology points here. Not sure how this is going to go. I'm at 9 people now. Let's see how the new fishermen will kick into gear. I mean, there's still this entire river that we can put up fisheries here, you know. There is a damn lot of potential there, food-wise. But obviously, what's not kicking it, you know. Okay. But the food counters aren't going substantially lower either. So we seem to be in a pretty good stalemate situation. And since the animals on the pastures will only get more numerous, it should be okay in the long run. But still, for now, it also means that I have a hard time picking up more people. Nicholas, hi there. Hope you're having a good time. So in the meantime, speaking about which, we are tunneling out this thing here. What I want to do now is give those guys more work. So let's go on over here. Carve a big path in there. And something like that. Then we'll have to check out how wide the apartments are. But the gist of it here is that I want to make this mountain a home, you know. And I have idle hands, and I want to put them to good use. Love the new soundtracks, they're really vibrant. Cool stuff. Okay, now. So we have a little bit of an issue here service-wise. But beyond that, everything is working on out as intended. I like that. Running a little bit low on wood. Let's change that. Oh yeah, and there's another thing that's very, very, very important. We have an eatery here. Let's see. Is that eatery still... Or... is that no longer a thing? Eateries had... ah, yeah, here. Eateries have a radius of how far they reach when it comes down to where they acquire food from. And as you see here, the radius of this eatery is still touching that warehouse, and therefore we are well set. You have to have a warehouse with food in it in the radius of your places where the people want to eat. Otherwise, there will be no food on the table. And that's making people damn unhappy. Right now. So, how's the production of one of those pastures? 735 by now per year. That's pretty heavy. That means we can expect something like that on this pasture one day in the future as well. And let's see, we had an accident. That also means we're going to need a lot of workers there. Right now I don't have these. I am already considering setting up another pasture, but I think I'm not going to do that before I have the necessary people there. Or no, until I have the pastures full with animals. Although I must say, I think it would be better to set up a third pasture right now already. Yeah, I know what, we're going to do that. No. It's not what I wanted to do. Hold left shift to click copy this. That's what I wanted. So we're going to set up another one of those bad boys right away there. And I'll also set up a little bit of a housing area and the like there. Because you see, it's an investment into the future. We will need all that food. We definitely will. And since animal husbandry, the whole thing, takes a while, I'll rather start now and build it up already, you know. So this way we have an expansion in two directions. We're expanding into the mountain and onto the grasslands. But I already foresee that we're going to need housing over here as well. Pretty sure the people there will want that too. So let's see. But I'll wait with that before I build that. Let's not build that before the need arises. I'm not that experienced with the whole housing system yet, so taking it easy. So 1000 tech. How much do I need for that improved lab tech again? 1200. Okay. Let's see if our smarty pants will be getting that done. Outbreak, the white shimmer. Okay. So we'll have a couple of people dying from a disease now. These are new mechanics. I like them. We haven't had diseases in the past versions, but I find it very, very atmospheric and realistic to see that this is now an issue too. So you see here we have 5 people now afflicted. Let's see how many will die. Alrighty. Pastures taking forever. I think we are, food-wise, pretty much at an equilibrium right now. it seems like we are pretty much consuming as much as we are producing. So definitely not gonna take any extra Dondorians into my city before I have that settled out. Before I've settled that issue. It's a pretty interesting situation to be in. I haven't had that before, because now we have actually the problem that we cannot grow because the food production is letting me down, so to say. I haven't had that ever. It's slowly getting better now. I mean, those pastures will be extremely, extremely powerful in the long run. Hey there, Mr. Slaver. Not buying anything. Thanks for asking, though. So, that place is done. So this one even houses 175 animals. So that's a pretty sick thing. And let's see, yeah, how homelessness. So I've had a bit of a crash course in a comment. So I hope that I'll be understanding the housing coding now better. So there's this layer, homelessness. So here, I was very confused about that. So let's see, yeah, here. What's really important to note here, green means that all the workers of these places have are happy with their housing. Yellow means we want housing for this thing here because our housing is too far away from our job. And the blueness here is just showing how full these are. For example, this block here would be able to host more workers, so I could bring up more stuff there. And well, same goes here, as you see. More people could come up with jobs in this area, and if we check it out there, there's plenty of living room for people down there as well. But as we see, not enough for the people at the pasture up there, so let's change that next. Very happy that I had this explanation, very grateful for that, and therefore I wanted to share it with you. Dwarf love fish. It's Dondorians, not dwarves. They look like dwarves, don't they? So yeah, you're right, they love fish, and that's pretty good therefore to have that. So let's slap on housing for our fine herders. Let's put up a little bit of an apartment block there. There we go. That should resolve the issue. And I'm pretty sure that we should be now finally able again to get a couple of extra people into our city. Now, let's see. Oh, well, they'd need 462 wood in total. I would love to give the people how much the stuff they want, you know. Let's allow some furniture. The stockpiles are brick filled. Speaking about, wow, we actually do have more clothing in production than we need. Wowzers. So you guys just take more clothing then. We obviously can't afford. Okay, nice. So I'm wondering at which point I'm going to pick up some humans for my city, because I figured that with the dwarves, the Dondorians are going to make their living in the mountain, and the humans are going to make their living in the plains. At least that was the plan. Yeah, look at that. We're actually starting to also slightly stockpile a bit of fish. I like it. So let's do another thing. For that upgrade, we're going to need cut stone as well. I remember now. So, with all that stuff I got there, let's set up a little bit of a mason's workshop there. I have researched that, didn't I? Yes, I did. Masonry. Well, let's build that thing over here. I'm going to start with a rather small workshop here. Going to work ourselves up here. There we go. But don't get yourself fooled. There's still enough room for a couple of workers here. So, 34 steel. That's more steel than I actually got. That's okay. We're just going to buy ourselves some again. Let's get ourselves like 125 of that. No problem, Nicholas. There are so many layers in this game that are just outright confusing. I didn't understand the color coding myself, but I managed to figure that the people maybe want to live where they are working. That was the first assumption that I've taken, and then I tried it out and it worked. But I haven't understood the color-coded mesh there anyways, and it's really, really powerful to understand these little tools with this game. The more of these little tools you understand to use, the better. That's one thing I have understood in the longer I played this game. So, the herds are slowly growing. That's nice. Just wanted to have a third pasture because I figured that the more pastures I have, that's only multiplying the growth of the animals, so to say. You know? The more different places I have where the piggies can grow, the more piggies I'll have in total. Look at them. That tunnel is getting finally finished. Alrighty. Masonry slowly getting built there. Furniture's an issue there. Not too surprised. Furniture, for starters, is always a pain in the bum, but even worse so, it's a map with almost no natural growing trees, as you see here. Tree felling is quite the ordeal here. As soon as I have access to administration, I'll just tax it from the environment, and then we're going to be set with wood for the remainder of the session. But, well, gotta get there first, you know. Alrighty. So far, so good. How's the stonemason going? We're also going to need crates for the cut stone, of course. And let's bring up more crates for leather and clothing. Ah, finally the materials have hit town. Wonderful. So, masonry. We are producing cut stone now. Hell yeah. Cut stone is awesome. Cut stone allows you to build buildings you haven't been able to build, and most importantly, everything made out of cut stone is producing ore. My Dondorians love everything producing ore. So, it's awesome. You get the idea. We're right now obviously just waiting for the tunnels to get finished, and also we're needing a lot of people for those mines. Usually I'm faster with all this, but churning out the mountain like that is a damn lot of work. Can't forget technologies, yeah. Well, right now I'm only waiting for the tech points to upgrade the laboratory. What I need right now is the improved laboratory tech. The tech tree has been reworked a lot. And then we can research the library. The library requires 8,000 knowledge points. Holy crap. Those numbers have been notched up by a lot. Okay. So we are producing cut stone now. The thing is, I'll be mostly using that for now for exports. That's the great thing about it. Cut stone is so damn valuable. You can export it pretty easily. Let's put up 2 export centers. Because stone, you know, stone, that's our big resource here. We have so much of it. Because, you know, whenever you dig out those tunnels, you are also producing a small amount of stone ore. Yeah, here, see. Every one of these tunnels is producing a tad bit of stone. So, combined with all the stone lying around on the overworld, combined with all the stone deposits we have, if we really would want to, this map is quite good in that regard. I mean, let's see. There's a nice bigger deposit and a huge vein too. So a lot of people could work there. Let's see what's there. Ah, whatever. Need to. Doesn't work like that. So, yeah, that's that vein actually. We'll have to get there too because of the Scythalon one day. But I probably do a long tunnel from there. Let's see. Here's the gemstone, making my humans happy one day. Because humans love to have gemstone. Here, this is probably going to be where we do a quarrying. You know what? Let's give our dudes another crazy job. Open up that thing, 5 men. Open up the tunnel. We're going to need it. So, by the way, let's bring in the first human. How are the events in this game? Well, so far there aren't too many. The events that can happen are accidents, raids, disease outbreaks, traders. Yeah. In that regard, there's not too much going on yet. But it's not like I felt like it would be something I noticed in a bad way. Because you already have so much to do when it comes down to managing your whole place. But yeah, I hope that this will be a little bit more in the future, because right now you can pretty peacefully build. But on the other hand, like I said, it's so complex. There's so much where you can do yourself, where you can shoot yourself into the knee, and it doesn't feel like I've ever been bored, because there was not enough happening, so to say, if you catch my drift. So I'd say, since there is more and more housing happening here as well, we are going to set up the usual things: a hearth and a well. You know, these basic things are extremely important for the people. Picking up more and more humans. So we'll have a couple of extra workers. And also I wanted to check on out, does the janitor... Yeah, we do need a new janitor. Just like I thought. Never ever ignore the need of janitors. Janitors are so freaking important. I'm going to set up the janitor's lodge here. Not over here, because I want to keep that area open for new fishermen's places. Tree chopping. At least a few trees are constantly regrowing here. At least that. Might be not much, but at least it's something. Alright, so we're slowly increasing our numbers here again. I'm picking up more and more humans here for the city. It's planned that the Dondorians will stay the majority of this society, but I figured they go pretty well hand in hand. The Dondorians like Siphalon, the humans like gems, so this is going to be very snobby rich man's society, so to say, with a couple of creators prancing around and being awesome. At least that's the plan. So let's see, how did the tunneling go forward here? Slow, but steady. They're slowly nibbling at the walls. Ugh, that's why I keep doing this way before I need it. Because I do know that this just takes a terrible amount of time. Okay, now, next step. I want to upgrade the lab with another station here. So, boom. There it goes. New maximum load. Alrighty. So we have the export depots finished. So we're going to export like 60% of what we're producing here. And for the stone, we're only going to export 10% of the stone there. Basically, just if we ever manage to overproduce stone, we're going to sell it off. So this way, we are transforming our rocks into wealth. Pretty substantial rate. Okay. So I'm, again, already worried about the food situation. We've picked up 23 humans. They'll have to be fed somehow too. So we're going to set up another fishery here. Just because we can, you know. Go. I think we are already at the maximum dimensions. So this one has even room for 21 people. Perfect. Set up a couple of auxiliaries. Alright. So let's see. Our Dondorians aren't as super happy anymore. How come? They have an issue with the religion. Opposition. Different religions. Okay, so biggest problem for the Dondorians are actually the beliefs of the human populace. Who would have thought? Certainly not me. So, the humans don't even want to pick up stone for their furniture. That's interesting. Very surprised about that. Expected a lot of things, but not that. Alrighty, so one of the first things that I want to do is tech-wise increase the output of fisheries, because we have so many of them. It's going to help us a lot. Hey, Void, welcome back. Happy to see you. So another fishery incoming. I have hired a lot of people there, but since this fishery will host 21 people, I mean, it's not as if we're not needing them. And job's done. Wonderful. We have now hopefully provided enough food for the rest of the people there. We'll have to make sure that bread will be available soon, because both of our populations are super happy bread eaters. Okay, so can we upgrade this joint? Not quite. We're requiring a little bit more furniture. Alright. It's always the furniture, isn't it? So, let's see. Tech-wise, we can increase the fishery methods one more time. First off, let's research the improved laboratory tech. It's very important. And let's see, husbandry methods. We should definitely research that as well, because we're doing that a lot. Sejun, hi there. So happy to see you. So, services. New spots and stages. Yeah, okay, that's something we can definitely fix. So, if you want to find out where a new speaker or something like that is needed, usually... Oh, this guy doesn't even... Ah, no. Click the building. And, okay. This one doesn't have a heat map. Interesting. So, control. Let's build another speaker down here. Another one up here. And even another one there. And we're, let's see, does this provide a heat map? No, so not, okay. So here I want a bandstand, you know. And as you see there, this is also, again, more workers than we actually do have right now. But, yeah, our Dondorians are pretty unhappy about the situation there. Let's make sure they'll be happy again. Because the happiness of our dwarves is the most important thing right now. Have I played Stone Shard? No, I haven't, Elazar. I don't know anymore. Let me check, Sajun. Here in Germany, it's 21 euros right now. Alright, so taking a heavy dent here again with the happiness, but if we want to have musicians on the stage, we'll have to hire a couple of extra people there. Otherwise, there'll be no musicians. Okay, so to upgrade this place, we'll need 78 of the furniture. So... as you see there, it's surely a problem now for those two societies to find together. And, let's see. Let's give the human populace a lot of clothing too, because that'll make them happier as well. Happiness is extremely important now. And we have yet another case of the homelessness. So let's check this out. I think I'm already sure how this will, how this will look, but just wanted to make sure that we're right about that. 21 bucks for this game, I must say, for what you already get, it's dirty cheap. I have played this game so far around 80 hours on my account. And that's only such a low number because the game ain't finished yet. I keep playing the versions until I have seen most of the stuff, or seen the stuff that's fun, and the stuff that needs to be worked out still, I leave it alone. For example, the battle system right now is... I don't like it. You have a pretty solid military simulation when it comes down to the overworld fight. You shouldn't try to command those fights manually, though. It's right now just not working out too well. My personal opinion, at least. Well, Elazar, usually I don't recommend early access games easily, must say. I'm usually these days more somebody like, give it time, buy it when it's done. But for this game, it has been already a lot of fun a year and a half or so ago. And it's just getting better. With every version, you get more of it. More. So for example, for this version, what's new? We have housing now. So in the former versions, you had a pretty communistic system where you just had to set up housing blocks, and the people were only going to visit them to sleep. And otherwise, apart from that, they didn't have any real home. That has been now fixed with the new patch. We also have a massive overhaul of the tech tree, which has been a convoluted mess as well. And we have now a health system. So all the sicknesses and the things happening are also a new thing. That's pretty much summing it up what's new with the new version. And I gotta say, it's only getting better and better the longer I play it. These days, it's my favorite go-to city building simulator because of the complexity it has. Okay, what can we do to make our Dondorian folks a little bit more happy there? I don't want to have them that pissed, you know. So, cut stone. Yeah, you guys, grab yourselves some cut stone for your homes, hey? How about that? Fancy cut stone homes? Fancy cut stone homes. As soon as I have enough of that stuff, I'll be, would a tower defense system be good in this game? Not really. The thing is, military in this game does work quite janky these days, and usually when it comes down to fighting, my advice right now, the game is avoid it. Because there are really weird things happening. For example, I had one instance where the enemy that was attacking the city spawned at a spot like this. Here, inside the mountain. What happened was, the mountain suddenly despawned, and they were rushing over into this flank, where a moment ago a solid mountain was. It's terrible. Like, the game goes really weird places right now with the combat on your map. But there is always the option to avoid that combat. You can turn off raids entirely if that's bothering you too much, or you can, most of the time, just pay them off with a tribute. You just need to pay off some of that money. Or you just have a kick-ass military and whoop their asses, but it's not that easy. I really hope that the combat system will see a serious rework in the future, because that's right now, as I'm speaking, one of its biggest weaknesses. Boom. Upgraded. We have now a laboratory, and the most important thing there was this thing has now an increased knowledge churn out, 50% more knowledge. So we're going to be a lot more effective now. I only have 3 idle workers. That's really not enough. But the problem is, right now, I don't really want to pick up more humans because the Dondorians are already pissed enough about the situation. So I'd be preferring to set up something to set up enough happiness until the Dondorians are happy again, and then hire a couple of extra Dondorians so they get more majority bonus again. You get the idea. Night Rogue, hi there. I'm super great. Thanks for asking. I hope you are too. Alrighty. I feel like the cut stone thing has made a lot for them happiness-wise. Well, I don't produce enough cut stone as of yet to give it to the entire populace there, but so we're at -1 workers. I hate that. So where do we cut workforce first? Usually I say mines, but we don't have any yet. So we're going to say scientists. As tragic as it might be. But I have a heavy overproduction of science there, so I don't really need extra production there right now. So you guys, are you now happier with the providing of stages? No? They are a little bit. So let's build up a little stage here as well. The homelessness issue will be resolved in a minute. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay. Let's reduce our scientist count. As long as the knowledge doesn't decay, everything is okay. So, religion. You guys would love to have an Athuri temple. The problem is, Athuri temples cost frickin' Sithalon. And Sithalon is damn costly. On top of that, the Athuri temple loves to be huge. As huge as possible. Thank you. Lighting and ore. We could improve on lighting. I mean, I have enough money to just buy the metal I need. So... Thank you, Night Rogue. Thank you, thank you. Well, I keep returning to this game every time a new version pops up. And, well, I'm sure I'm not going to play this version now for forever, but I definitely want to give it a go. So as you see here, our tree felling jobs are not getting done anymore because we don't have enough workers anymore. And we still have one case of homelessness, so let's see. Alright, it's just the artist hasn't moved in yet. Okay. But the Dondorian happiness is slowly churning up again. The food production is also at a spot where I'm extremely positive about it. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Goodo. The brown spots in the mountains. I'm not sure what you're relying to. If you're relying to, or what you're referring to. You mean those? Those are tunnels, yeah. This stuff here, that's all tunnel. So as soon as the long tunnel to the coal is done, well, I have one worker right now doing all the heavy lifting. Yeah. Yeah, you Dondorians, you have waited too long. We'll take the 10 human workers instead. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up some torches? Oh, were they? No. Wait? No. Brazier? No. What were they called again? Infrastructure. Oh, where is it again? Decorations? No. Torch. I just don't have the technology yet. Alright. No problem, Sajin. And Baron from Moorland, hi there. I almost overlooked your comment there. Thank you for your kind words. Appreciate it. So we're going to export leather here as well, or am I already? Do I have now? Yeah, I don't. I would have double leather exports now. No. We don't. We don't need that. But honestly, when this keeps going like that, we're going to export clothing. I realized that this is something I'm surprised to see, because in the past versions, clothing was something that always had been kind of a bottleneck for my cities. Almost never had enough clothing. Okay, so let's research the torches then, because I think that's going to make a big difference for my people there. Fancy roads, let's see. Administration. Oh, administration is its own technology now. It's not locked behind... Or is it unlocked by your throne level? Ah, yeah, okay, no. It's just the same as before. It's just a tech to upgrade that now. Okay. There's spoilage, maintenance, and trade negotiations. No. We're not looking for that. What I am looking for... Well, okay. Physician would be pretty nice, too. Asylum. Oh. Can't do that as well. But for now, here's civics. I bet that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. That's a little bit annoying, though. Monuments. I don't like the fact that I have to buy trees before I can buy torches, because trees are really only interesting for Crotonians. No other species does care about trees whatsoever, and that just feels annoying to be forced to buy something which is literally only good for one species. Nah. So, paper making ain't important for us as of yet. Okay. Exotic husbandry methods. Oh, this way we can make our Gloptian pastures better. Neat. So I'm going to increase the fishery and animal husbandry tech here, just because it's so useful there. And let's upgrade our carpenter's work production as well. Alright, see you soon, Sejun. Thanks a lot for hanging out there. Have fun. So right now we're not going to be too happy here. Educate. Yeah, work priorities. So let's set the work priorities for both species after fulfillment. It doesn't bother me that work gets done slower if they are working only the jobs that they like to work. What's more important is right now happiness. Happiness is something you can ignore a little bit better later down the road, but right now it's really damn important for us. Okay, so let's pop some torches down the road. One thing about torches is a little bit annoying, though. They'll cost metal as upkeep as well, so... That's one thing to keep in mind. So let's set up a couple of these there. And I will be importing some metal on top of that too. All right. But I mean, the whole economy of mine is working out quite nicely so far. So I'm not really worried about any thing there. So how does research work? Research is now a pretty simple thing. You first off build now a laboratory. That's your low-tech science building now. You put people in there, working there, and then they produce science points. Science points need to be upkept. So as you see here, they are decaying while my scientists aren't working. And therefore, as long as you have techs unlocked, you will have to have scientists who keep constantly working to keep those techs alive. Otherwise, the tech points will decay and you lose that tech again. Which is a really awesome system, because this does something where it makes sense to keep your scientists working. A lot of other games where they're like, yeah, now you've unlocked your techs, now you don't need those scientists anymore. So this is something I really, really like about that game here a lot, because that means your scientists always will have a job, and they are extremely important, because otherwise knowledge will get forgotten again, which sucks. Oh yeah, and we are producing big time livestock now. That's great. So first off, you can earn a crap ton of money with livestock. And the other thing is it does make it a lot easier, of course, to open up new pastures. I'm pretty sure right now we are pretty well off food-wise. What we are needing right now is to make our people happier again. So we could introduce completely new sorts of care, or we could improve on what we got so far. So it looks like the eating services are quite bad. So let's check out how the heat map is working on out there. So here's a couple of hungry people, but that's no big surprise. They are working out in the open. Just like I thought. The people up here, they need the same basics as everywhere else. So let's fix that up. So left shift click to copy that building. I personally love that function so much. It even enables you to change the material the building is supposed to be built out of. So I could snuckle in the eatery here, but I won't do that. We're going to slap it down the road here. And the other thing, let's see. Services. They have access to, well, the lavatory access ain't that brilliant either. Well, whatever. Let's crank up the researchers by 4 again. And right now, the big thing that I want to get done is I want to make my Dondorian populace happy again. So we could increase the amount of clothing they can acquire, but that's actually now already done. Limit has been reached. Lighting, we have a little bit of that too. Ore, we can produce ore as well with our cut stone roads. Okay, but I really want to make sure that I get new Dondorian immigrants that are going to make our city more Dondorian, you know. Ah, look at that. Finally, fresh Dondorian immigrants. Oh, good-o. It's pretty annoying when you reach that point where you have trouble sustaining your current workforce. For example, I'm still not featuring enough scientists here, but your at the same time not really able to host more people there. So let's see. Riches, we can rack up more riches, that would make them also happier. We could set up an army, that would also make them happier. Building. Alright. So let's see, how can I check that out? They love mountain. Okay. I really need as many mountain buildings and grand buildings as possible for the DONDOR people. I mean, I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it, my dwarf dwarves. So, my dear friends, I am going to take a break here. So, I know stream's only an hour, but with this game, I have a hard time streaming it much longer than an hour or so, because of its high level of complexity, you know. Anywho, I thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm going to come back to the kingdom of, or the empire of DONDOR soon again. Drop me your comments down below, leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and consider a subscription to my channel. Also, if you have missed the stream, in the description box, links to my social media. I post every stream before it happens on Discord and on Twitter, so you might want to follow me there if you want to catch those streams live. The other thing, social media, not only social media, there's Patreon. I could use some people checking it out, because you guys will have a vote there on what's coming up next in my stream and my channel. And last but not least, check out the PayPal account. I could use any donation you guys have to offer. Okay, enough of the ad roll. Thanks a lot for the good company, you all. Thanks a lot for the good vibes. Have a good one, and I hope to see you all soon.